Okay, so let's dive into this. Today we're looking at a story that, well, it started very publicly, didn't it?
It really did, right in the spotlight.
Yeah, on reality TV.
Yeah.
But then it unfolded into something quite challenging and ultimately really heartbreaking behind the scenes. We're talking about Whitney Purvis.
Hmm.
You might remember her from way back, the first season of MTV's 16 and Pregnant.
That's right.
And while that show, documented her becoming a mom the years after, they brought some serious struggles. We're talking financial problems, legal issues, even losing custody.
Mm.
And then very recently, just an awful tragedy.
Yeah, it's a lot. And the sources we have, these are news reports, articles from reliable places. They cover the key moments right up to, well, right now, June 2025.
Right. So our goal here is to sort of piece together those reports, get the key insights, and really try to understand the path she's been on.
Exactly. We'll synthesize the info, use quotes from the reports from her, from family to get a clear picture. It's about understanding that journey after the cameras stopped rolling.
Okay, so let's start at the start. 16 and Pregnant, 2009. Whitney Purvis, she's 16, living in Rome, Georgia, pregnant.
With her boyfriend at the time, Weston Sr.
And the episode, it really showed them as, this young couple grappling with becoming parents, family stuff, all of that.
And their son, Weston Owen Gosa Jr., he was actually born right around when the episode aired, April 2nd, 2009.
Oh.
Yeah, and the reports back then, they indicated, well, they tried to raise him together at first, but things were pretty shaky.
The relationship didn't last.
No, not long after the baby was born, it ended. And it's worth noting, unlike some others from the show, she didn't go on to the Teen Mom spinoff.
Right. She stepped back.
Seems like it. Focused on motherhood privately, initially at least.
But that wasn't the end of the story with her and Weston Sr., was it? The articles say they actually got back together later on.
They did, yeah. After that initial split, they reconciled, and
Yeah.
they had a second son together, River Blake Gosa. He was born October 13th, 2014.
Wow. Okay, so she's, 21 by then?
Yeah, just 21, and now a mom of 2 boys with the same father.
Did things stabilize then with the second child?
Well, the reports suggest that, despite maybe hopes for that, the relationship stayed really complicated.
And it ended again.
It did. Permanently, it seems, after River was born. And the articles also mention Weston Gosa Sr. later married someone else, Amy Gosa.
Got it.
And this final split, it really seems to be the point where things started getting particularly difficult for Whitney, like a real turning point.
Okay, so after that final breakup with Weston Sr., this is where we started seeing reports of major challenges, like money problems.
Exactly. Financial instability becomes a big theme in the reports from this period. Supporting the kids got harder and harder.
And that led to consequences.
Big ones. In 2017, the reports state a court actually removed custody of both boys. Weston Jr. would have been 8, River just 3.
Wow. So custody went to the father.
Yes, transferred to Weston Gosa Sr. Whitney was granted visitation, but she was also ordered to pay child support, $353 a month, according to the reports. But because of those financial struggles we mentioned,
She couldn't pay.
often couldn't meet the payments, yeah. And that just led to more legal trouble down the line.
Right, and the reports detail a whole string of arrests, legal issues around this time. Some are quite specific.
Mm-hmm.
Like back in March 2012, she was only 20, arrested for shoplifting, a pregnancy test from Walmart.
Yeah, that incident got quite a bit of media pickup. The irony, given her TV show history, wasn't lost on people.
You can imagine. And it wasn't just that, was it?
No. Later that same year, summer 2012, she was arrested again, this time with Weston Gosa Sr.
Together. What happened?
Property damage. The reports say they broke into someone's home, an acquaintance, and destroyed a laptop and a phone.
Okay, so charge.
Criminal trespass and vandalism, according to the sources.
And it didn't stop there. There was another incident, January 2015, something involving Weston Sr.'s house.
Right. The reports describe her breaking into his house and attacking him physically. With a mop, apparently.
With a mop?
Yeah.
Seriously.
That's what the reports say. She was arrested again, battery citing the household item, and criminal trespass. The articles kind of frame this as the boiling point of their conflict.
Okay, so that sets the scene for the custody loss in 2017 and the child support order.
Exactly.
And then, more recently, July 2024, another arrest related to that.
Yeah, for contempt of court. Because of the unpaid child support, this was in Floyd County, Georgia.
Did you serve time?
Spent 48 hours in jail, reports say. And the court added an extra $20 a month onto her payments to start covering the arrears, the back payments she owed.
And the tabloids picked that up.
Oh, yeah. TMZ, places like that reported on it,
Yeah.
highlighting that she was months behind while the dad had custody.
So looking at this whole stretch, it's just arrest after arrest, legal problems, losing your kids.
It really is. The reports definitely paint this picture of, well, escalating issues, scandals. And while some sources mention she acknowledged making mistakes publicly sometimes,
The problems kept coming.
it seems that way, yes. The cycle continued.
But then there was maybe a positive turn. Articles from 2023 mentioned she became a mom again.
That's right. Almost 10 years after her second baby, she had a third son in 2023.
Okay. A different relationship.
Yes, a new relationship. The father's name wasn't disclosed in what we have. The baby's name is Colin Adonis.
And this time, did she keep custody?
She did. That was the key difference. She retained custody of Colin.
So maybe things were looking up.
It seemed like it. She shared photos on social media, calling him mommy's little angel, and reports quoted acquaintances saying his birth seemed like a real positive push for her.
Like motivation to get things on track.
Yeah, focus on family, take control. It really felt, reading those reports, like maybe a glimmer of hope.
Oh, man. But that hope, it was followed by something awful, wasn't it? Just this past June.
Yeah, absolutely devastating news. The reports confirm her oldest son, Weston Jr., the baby from the MTV show, he passed away suddenly.
He was only 16.
Just 16. Whitney announced it herself on Facebook the same day it happened.
Reading her words in the reports, it's just pure heartbreak.
It really is. She wrote things like, "My beautiful son, Weston, passed away, and he was only 16. Life is so cruel and unfair."
My baby is gone and I don't know what to do.
Yeah. Calling it her worst nightmare come true. Just unimaginable pain.
Yep.
Saying she couldn't imagine life without him, promising to remember him always.
What are the official details? How did it happen?
Well, according to the family, including his stepmom, Amy Gosa Weston Jr., was found unresponsive in bed. This was around 7 a.m. on June 2nd, 2025.
Oh, no.
His dad and stepmom tried CPR. Paramedics took over, transported him to a hospital in Gordon County, Georgia, but he was pronounced dead there.
Do they know why? What caused it? That's the huge question.
As of early June, when these reports came out, no official cause of death had been established. The family requested an autopsy to find out why.
So, still waiting for answers.
Right. Now, it is important context. The reports mention he did have some chronic health stuff, type 1 diabetes, and also a rare genetic condition affecting his liver and lungs, alpha-1 antitrypsin deficiency.
Okay. But was that related? Was he unwell?
The family specifically stated his condition had been stable. His death was a complete shock to them.
So, not expected at all, despite the health issues.
Not at all. His stepmother, Amy, was quoted saying it was the most painful thing I've ever had to endure. Just thanking people for support.
And Whitney's grief. She posted more online.
Yeah, her posts were just so raw. Things like, "I love you so much, Weston Gosa. I was so proud of the young man you were becoming. I just can't keep going without you. You'll forever be my baby."
Oh, that's heartbreaking.
Changed her profile picture, too. Wrote, "Rest in peace, my baby Weston. I love you forever. I'll never understand why life is so cruel."
Did the stepmom say anything else?
She shared a tribute, too, calling him the most amazing son, smart, witty, full of potential. And she specifically asked for prayers, not just for the family, but for Whitney, too, acknowledging her pain.
That's something, at least.
Yeah. And the news spread fast. People Magazine, EW, E! News, TMZ, lots of outlets reported it, often using Whitney's own words. MTV even offered condolences.
But the bottom line is, as of early June 2025, the why is still unknown, pending the autopsy.
Exactly. The family's mourning, fans offering support online, but no official cause of death yet.
So, stepping back from all the specific events, you have to ask, why does this story still resonate? Decades after a reality show. What does it all mean?
Well, I think if you connect it to, the bigger picture, it's just such a human story, isn't it? It shows the long shadow that maybe difficult choices made when you're young can cast the absolute messiness of relationships breaking down, especially with kids involved.
Co-parenting struggles, yeah.
And it's a really stark look at how hard it can be to escape cycles of financial instability and legal problems.
It really paints a picture of a difficult path.
It really does. And it underscores just how unpredictable life can be, how cruel sometimes. And the pain of losing a child, that's universal, isn't it? But maybe even more profound when it comes after such a long, documented history of struggle. It forces you to think about that gap between the public image, maybe frozen from that one TV show, and the private reality.
The messy, complicated reality.
Exactly. And how old issues, unresolved things can just weave through life and compound the grief when tragedy strikes.
So we've traced it all. From that teenage mom on TV,
Yeah.
through the relationship ups and downs, the arrests, losing custody, finding a bit of hope with a new baby,
Right.
and then ending with this just unimaginable loss of her first child.
Yeah. So maybe the thought to leave you with is consider the weight of that. A
Yeah,
life
right.
starting so publicly, then unfolding with so much private turmoil, and how one single awful event, losing a child, can just redefine everything.
What does it tell us about resilience, regret?
And about family bonds, how complex and enduring they are no matter what path someone's taken or what hardships they've faced. Something to think about.